I'm Julie Belair-Bach, Vice President of Sales for Scholar's Choice. And today I want to talk to you about tummy time. For those of you who are new moms or new grandparents or early childhood educators who perhaps are just moving to an infant room or having younger infants for the first time in a while, I want to talk to you about the critical nature of tummy time. When we think about tummy time, what is that time? Well, it's from birth until the baby is able to roll over independently on their own. This is the time where we're working on developing core muscles and most importantly, the neck muscles, because it is this is where a child has a danger area. If a child's head falls forward and they're unable to lift it up, then this is when suffocation can happen with an infant. So this tummy time is really, really important for us to strengthen muscles and to bond with baby. Here is our baby today. Look at her. She's lovely. Her name's Olivia. If I'd had a fifth child, I'd have called her Olivia, and this is Olivia. So I have four children of my own. I have 5 grandchildren, the eldest being 5. So we've been through a lot of babies in our day. And also just working on finishing off my master's in an early learning, which is birth to 8. I share that with you because I do have expertise in this area and want you to know that the information that I share with you is not wives' tales. It's actually documented research that we've studied here at Scholar's Choice. We are very committed to having expertise in the areas that we work within. One of the products that we most recently have picked up for tummy time is this little piece from TAF. And you see how it has 2 pieces with it? And why it has 2 pieces is that when baby is small, this piece, which is the size of most tummy time mats, pillows, is too wide. So elbows fall out and baby plants their little face down and very unhappy. And in this one, it's very, very soft on the one side for baby when they're very young. Keeps their elbows in. So if we take a look at little Olivia here, we can see that she would be able to be in tummy time and still be able to keep, well, she doesn't really have elbows, sorry. But anyways, you know what I'm saying. Her little elbows wouldn't fall out and she would be able to at least keep herself up with her elbows instead of with her neck. So when you're looking at tummy time pillows, there's a few things that I want you to think about. First of all, you do need a tummy time pillow. Now I brought this here with you. For older baby, you could use the side of a nest. Towels rolled up, but this is great for an older child. A young child really needs support and really needs safe materials to use, and this particular rendition allows you to really use it with a young infant. Now, some of the greatest challenges for all of us with tummy time is baby doesn't like it. So I want to ask each of you to think about, if I said to you, you have to do 10 push-ups right now. And if you face plant and you fall down, that's okay. You have to do it again. You have to keep going. How happy would you be? And if you are able to do 10, let's say you had to do 50. This is hard. This is really hard work for baby. So baby is not happy and not necessarily as content as we might want. So here I'm going to talk to you about a few tricks for tummy time that I think that would really help. So first of all, we have our pillow. We have baby out. Now when baby's really young, she doesn't have great vision, or he doesn't have, or in this case, Olivia. So what I've done is I've picked this piece from TAF, which is a nice little book that has many, many applications, but it's black and white. And what that does is it interests her into baby so that they can actually see the black and white differentiation. A young infant isn't going to see all the colors. Now, if I had an older baby, I might use some of the other sides. Baby might reach out, some texture, some sound. But with a young infant, what I'm looking for is the ability for her to be able to distinguish and have some vision that she can or he can be stimulated by and interested in, that will help them to be interested. Now, tummy time for young is between 20 and 30 minutes. That is a lot of time. And I think some of us think that it should be big chunks of time. So my recommendation is if you can start off with 30 seconds, that's great. Build it up to a minute. Perhaps do that over multiple times throughout the day. Tummy time doesn't have to be all at once, and you're building up baby's interest and stamina to be able to lift their head and to value tummy time as a play time. So what is the other key criteria to playtime? Do you see that I moved from the sofa to the floor? You got to put away your phone for, not on social media, not on, reading emails, because you need to be focused on your baby. So my recommendation is when your baby is on the floor and it's tummy time, this is where you need to be. Down with baby, close to baby, so that you can have eye contact, you can soothe them, comfort them, encourage them, and also change out activities. What we know is with young baby, nothing lasts for very long. So we might want to stimulate her senses, because we know that infants and all children, and in fact you and I, all learn through our senses. Those are the doors to our brain. So we know that that's how we process information. So sound, touch, as you can see here in the very, very soft pillow. As the infant gets larger, you can have more things that perhaps they could reach for. They could be interested in grabbing material that can be moved. I also have some blocks here, just even having some differentiation in height for them to see. That's further out. Now this, of course, would be an older child. I even have metallic pieces so that it's reflective. If you've got, we have a great mat with TAF, and it has a mirror that's removable, so you could remove that. You could have the big mat here so that the floor in the area that your baby's on is very clean and safe. And then you can take the mirror, or now let's pretend this is a mirror, or just a metallic piece, and have them look at that. Again, it's interest for them. Keeping all of these, I've got some other sound makers. I've got some other soft building blocks. I think blocks are a great idea, especially these soft ones. We have a great set from Plego. Amazing. Both of these items are from Plego. Different shapes, having rattles that they could hold on to as they get older when they're also in tummy time. All interesting things. Here I brought some pieces that would allow baby to mouth, as well as be able to look at as the child is older. But tummy time is a real social time, and think about that as a time to bond. The other part of tummy time that I wanted to talk to you about is thinking about introducing music to your baby. When they say that music soothes the savage beast, there is so much truth to that. So many of our wives' tales are true about these things. And so what we know is that if we have music that we enjoy, it lifts our spirits and allows us to be more engaging with our baby. So here's a playlist that my recent granddaughter is... So when you're down with baby and you're having fun and you're putting your music on and you're dancing with her, she or he are going to be understanding that you're happy, you're pleased, and therefore so are they. The more you use the same repertoire or playlist for your baby, the more that they'll understand that this is a comforting sound for them. This is a sound that is familiar and that always gives babies comfort. The other thing that I think that, you've had some great baby time, baby's been on the floor, now it's, she's been on there for, young baby, not very long. Thinking about starting some dance parties with baby, I think are a phenomenal thing to do. Put baby in the sitter and just rock out to your favorite music right in front of baby. They're going to see that mom and dad, and even in the early years centers, that we're happy to be with them and to be engaging with them. We brought some other toys that might be great too for tummy time. Some when the baby's older, just to be able to hold this up and to encourage them to grab and to touch. And this is a great one too. You can use the same toys when you're sitting with your baby as you do with tummy time. Tummy time is such an important time because it's strengthening the core, which develops muscles that prepare baby to roll over and then ultimately sit up and then move on to more gross motor activities like walking. The other part about tummy time that is so important is I understand you're a new mom. You're in the first 3 months, you're tired, you're not sleeping. You and baby are getting to know each other. And this is a great time tummy time to really bond and to understand, for baby to see you close up, to hear your voice, to even feel your breath on their face, for your hands to be on them while they're playing, are all vital, vital parts of their growth and development. So here are the tips we'd like you to do. We would like you to hashtag Scholars Choice on Facebook and Instagram. Tell us that you liked this. And if you comment for us, we have some great tips, and we're going to send you some baby games. So just send us a comment that you liked the video, that you enjoyed the session today, and in return, Emily is going to send you a link to baby games. Games that you can play with baby, with music, with clapping, with songs. Remember also that when you were, let me just tell you this story. When my one son had his first baby, they were living in the UK, and she was 4 days old, and I went over. And I was singing with her, walking, singing. And he said to me, "Why are you singing with her? She doesn't understand what you're saying." I said, "Because she loves to hear my voice. She loves to know that I'm close. And so by singing, it gives us something to say. Because it's hard, isn't it, just to talk to baby all day long. But singing your favorite songs along with baby, all allow us to reinforce the bonding and the connection with her." So it was interesting. I went back when baby was 6 months into the UK, and Mom and Dad were singing at the dinner at a restaurant, out at a table, because the baby had enjoyed singing so much, and it calmed her. So these are all great tips. So send us your comments that you liked, or any, even negative comments. We're just open to anything that you have to share with us, because your comments are so valuable and help us to be better for you. And we will in turn send you a link to baby games, and also a link to nursery rhymes, because it really will help you. And one of the things about nursery rhymes is when children can rhyme, it's the beginning of real early literacy. And we know that when a child can rhyme, it's much easier to begin reading. So it's never too early to start baby on rhyming words and just hearing them, and for us to be practicing. I wanted to tell you that we have a webinar next Tuesday. Scott Webster, the president of Scholars Choice, will be joining me, and we're going to be talking about the uncomfortable truths of raising children, that they need to get off screen time. That's one of the topics that we'll be talking about, and your involvement in their education and how critical it is. So join us next Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, and just go on to our and where would they go to? Facebook to see it?
You can go onto Facebook and watch it on live, or you can sign up for our webinar at our landing page on scholarschoice.ca.
Perfect. And what do they type in if they're going to that landing page?
You go scholarschoice.ca, you choose the parent site, and it will be a banner right where on the homepage so you can check.
See, she's so smart. They rhymed a lot with her when she was little. I know it. We wanted to make sure that you have got our holiday play guide. I have it right here. Has some of the great toys that we looked at here are in here. The baby toys are right at the beginning. Some amazing toys for baby. And so you can take a look in here and see them. Beautiful, beautiful selection of infant toys. Also, for those of you who are in early years, The Magic of Childhood is in the mail. It should be to you any day. It is absolutely fabulous curation of products for nursery. Both of these catalogs have fabulous contests in them, so make sure that you look that up. Also, follow and connect with us on Facebook, Instagram. We'd love to hear what you want. Tell us what you want to see us talk about, and we would love to be able to respond to that. So make sure that you chime in. If there's something about infant care that you want us to talk about, or infant learning, we would love to be able to respond to that and share with you some great tips and ideas to help you raise a baby, because at Scholars Choice, our vision is for every child to achieve their hopes and dreams. And so we really want to be a part of that for you. The other part of our piece that I really want to focus in on just before I let you go is it's the playful learning approach. And so for those of you who have a baby now, or about to have a baby, or have a toddler at home as well as a baby. We wanted to just make sure that we just reiterate this every time we're talking, how it is that the child learns. Children need to self-direct their own play. Learning happens when children are initiating their own play, moving in their own direction, moving in directions that ignite their imagination and they find intriguing. Sitting a child down and telling them that this is the only way to play with blocks is never going to get the same results as allowing a child to self-direct their own play. Children develop social and emotional skills by being with other people or collaborative play. So it's really important that when I showed you that we were reacting with baby, close with baby, this is how baby begins to distinguish appropriate social skills. Children explore with all 5 senses. This is the only way that information gets into our brains, is by our senses. So we can see it, we can hear it, we can taste it. And this is why baby mouths everything, because it's another sense for them to process. Is it cold? Is it hot? Is it hard? Is it sticky? Is it soft? This is how baby makes sense of the world, is through their senses. And actually, it's how you do too, and all of your children have. Children are offered endless opportunities for discovery-based learning, which is an opportunity to explore in any way, shape, or form. We may say that these are blocks and they may say they're spaceships. And this is what's so important for children. They need to be able to discover and experiment. And one of my favorite quotes that was given to me once is that whenever we show a child how to do something before they're ready, we forever rob them of that opportunity to discover that learning for themselves. So when a child builds a tower and it falls down, let it fall down. Let it fall down 100 times, because on the 101st time, they're going to know how to make it to stay, and they will forever own that. For the rest of their lives, that learning is theirs because they learnt it through discovery-based play. And finally, children need to be given endless opportunities to express themselves. And that's why I talk about getting down, talking to baby, having music as a part of their lives. When they're very young and they're babbling at you and cooing at you, it's so important that you share back with that. If baby coos, coo back. If baby bobbles, talk back to them. Talk to them about the election this week. It doesn't matter what we're saying to them. What matters is that they understand that when they speak to us in whatever form of communication they're trying, that we're responsive and that we respond back. So thank you so much for joining us today. Tummy time, so important, not just for social integration as we talked about, but also for the safety of a baby, developing core muscles and the muscles in their neck to make sure that if baby is ever in a position where breathing is not easy, they are able to lift up and move their head. So I know it's hard, babies don't like it, so moving toys around, getting down with them, playing music, comforting them with touch, all of these things will help with tummy time. Hope that you found this an interesting day. Thank you very much from Scholar's Choice, and we look forward to hearing from you. Bye.